Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, GMS who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. GMS Stop and Listen, GMS Arkansas, brother Kyle. Coming with a short lesson. I was reading in First Maccabees, third chapter, and I just done a lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai on being valiant men. Going into the third chapter on how Judas and them only fought with a few people, very few people, against larger armies. They had just destroyed Apollonius and Saron. And after this destruction, Antiochus was angry and he gave it to Lysias. And therefore Lysias had Gordas and Nicator and Ptolemy, I think, Philometor. And they all came against and encamped against Israel to kill them all. They taken some on their borders and sold them for slaves. I'm going to show you. I'm going to read into it. I'm just telling you like what's happening because I'm going to go down a little bit. What struck me is how Judas told them that they'd rather die in battle than to basically be taken and made calamities. And kind of like that's the mind state we have to have now, because we know soon come Esau is going to be coming against us. And it would be a great thing to be a mortar for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's not a bad thing. It would be a great thing to be a mortar. Now I'm going to look up this word mortar. Go down to the full definition. A person who voluntarily suffers death as a penalty of witnessing to or refusing to renounce a religion, right? Religion means to bind up and hold back, right? So you want to denounce for the sake of edifying Israel, for you denouncing your power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, a person who sacrifices something a great value, especially life itself, for the sake of a principle. See, so Esau is they're going to be taking certain brothers to concentration camps in the future, man, and they're going to be trying to get you to denounce Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, your power, and you might have your head in the guillotine, or you might be on some kind of torture, instrument of torture. But you know, one thing, man, just don't denounce Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Think about in 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, how the 7 brothers were killed horribly, and their mom had to watch them die. All 7 of them. They didn't denounce the laws of their forefathers, not once. You know, so we must think about that. Like the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning, to comfort and patience, comfort of the scriptures. We might have hope. So we'll read into this Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. Just read to show you. Like I said, he had just defeated Saron and Apollonius, and basically you had Antiochus was furious, so he had other men try to come up against him. See right here in 38. Then Lysias chose Ptolemy, the son of Dorminus, Nicator, and Gorgias, mighty men of the king's friends, and with them he sent 40,000 footmen, 7,000 horsemen to go into the land of Judea to destroy it, as the king commanded. So they went forth with all their power and came and pitched at Emus in the plain country, and the merchants of the country, hearing of the fame of them, took silver and gold very much with servants and came into the camp to buy the children of Israel for slaves. So the ones that they did capture, they were selling us for slaves, man. Right? So once again, so-called white man is selling Israelites, man. This just didn't happen in the 1800s. It happened back in 166 BC that they were selling us. A power also of Syria and of the land of the Philistines joined themselves into them. So these other countries bought us, man. So they're gonna have to pay, for the sins of their forefathers also. Prepare a slaughter for the children for the iniquities of their fathers. Isaiah 14:21. Now when Judas and his brothers saw the miseries were multiplied, and that the forces did encamp themselves in their borders, for they knew how the king had given commandment to destroy the people and utterly abolish them, they said one to another, let us restore and decay fortune of our people, and let us fight for our people in our sanctuary. So they were going to fight, man. And it says for what they believed in, their principles, for their sanctuary. Then was the congregation gathered together that they might be ready for battle, and that they might pray and ask mercy and compassion. Now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. There was none of her children that went in or out. The sanctuary also was trodden down, and aliens kept the strongholds. The heathen had their habitation, and the place of joy was taken from Jacob, and the pipe of the harp ceased, man. So they destroyed our temples, man. Antiochus. This was before 70 AD. This was in 166, right? They destroyed their temple in 166. The first time. It says, therefore the Israelites assembled themselves together and came to Mizpah over against Jerusalem, for in Mizpah was the place where they prayed aforetime in Israel. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of the image, right? So Esau was trying to whitewash the images, man. Back then, it says they also the priest's garments, the first fruits, the tithes, and the Nazarites that stirred up, who had accomplished in those days. They cried with a loud voice towards heaven, saying, what shall we do with these? Whither shall we carry them away? For thy sanctuary is trodden down and profaned, and thy priests are in heaviness. It brought low, and lo, the heathen are assembled together against us to destroy us, like they are today. They make a confederate. When you read Psalms 83, they make a confederate, man. They come against us, the tabernacles of Edom, the Philistines, as they did then, Ammon, Moab, Elam, and they came together to buy slaves at this particular time. And it says, what things they imagine against us, thou knowest. How shall we be able to stand against them, except our power can help us? And that's what we have to trust in, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we trust in him. He'll be there with us. When you read in Deuteronomy, the 31st chapter, I think the 6th verse, it says he'll be right there with us, man. He'll help us. Then sounded they with trumpets and cried with a loud voice. And after this, Judas obtained captains over the people, even captains over 1,000 and over 100 and over 50 and over 10. And he did the same thing that Jethro told Moses to do, put captains over the people. But as were building houses and had betrothed wives, or were planting vineyards, or were fearful, those he commanded shall return every man to his own house according to the law. So if you had certain things going on, you basically couldn't go to war. And I'm going to get that law. It says in the law, let me get that law right quick. Uh, my memory serves me. I think that is Deuteronomy. Let's see. My memory. Come on. I think it's Deuteronomy. Is it 20? Is it 25? Uh, Con. 26. And what man is he that have planted a vineyard and have not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in battle, and another man eat of it. And what man is there that is betrothed a wife and have not taken her? Question. Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in battle, and another man take her. See, that's the law on that, right? That was the law. Uh, even they were, you tell this, they were, Judas and was following the law, right? Because he had his men to do it as the same as such as the law said. Okay. Verse 57. So the camp removed and pitched upon the sides of Emus. So they pitched there. And that's where Antiochus them, I think, had pitched. And Judas said, arm yourselves, be valiant men, and see that ye be in readiness against the morning. Right? Because they had heard word that Lysis and them and Gordus and them, they were going to attack them at night. Right? And that's one of the tactics that Esau used in the military today. Like when they do war games right before morning, like 4 a.m, then they'll come attack the camp, like when everybody's sleeping. And they may fight with these nations and assemble together against us to destroy us in our sanctuary. It says, for it is better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people in our sanctuary. Nevertheless, as the will of the Most High is in heaven, so let him do. So it's up to Yahweh Shem Shai's will. If the brotherhood, they make it, and who dies in battle. So he must be, they will be martyrs. So we must prepare ourselves, because certain brothers might have to be martyrs for this thing, man. You know, for the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. And let me go to let's go to that particular to the Battle of Emus in the Wikipedia. Let's read a little bit about it. Let's see. The Battle of Emus took place in 166 BC between the Maccabean forces of Judea, led by Judas Maccabees, called Judas Maccabees, which was also known to history as Judah the Hammer, and the third expedition of Seleucus forces given by Antiochus Epiphanes to Lysias. It says, okay, we just read that, and then it goes through and shows you who was fighting. The commanders on the other side were Gorgias, Nicanor, Ptolemy, the son of Doromenes. I think that was Ptolemy Philometor. We had 3,000 men, and they had at least 5,000. Casuals were minimal. We killed 3,000 of their men. So once again, it told you before how Judah Maccabees and them were like use guerrilla tactics in their fighting, man. And they use it in this particular expedition right here, right? It says Gorgias established his base camp at the town of Emus along the western border of Judea, while Judas Maccabees' camp was located in the town of Mizpah, north of Jerusalem. Word reached Maccabee that Gorgias was leading 5,000 troops on a march against his camp and was planning to surprise the Jew rebels in the nighttime attack. See, this is where Esau gets this, because even in the military, they attack at night, man. They do that right now. And they get that from from the old days, man. So Judah abandoned his camp and led his forces to Emus to attack the expedition base camp that remained there. So they waited for their army to leave and they was going to go attack the camp. They did a circle and they was going to attack the camp while they were gone. So Gorgias found the camp of Mizpah empty and deserted, believing Judah and his army had fled, began to search for them in the surrounding areas. The forces led by Judah, lacking swords, they didn't even have swords and armor for many of his soldiers, arriving at the camp of Emus. Judah saw that the enemy had no such problem. The camp was very heavily fortified and was surrounded by well-trained heavy cavalry. So they didn't have no weapons. They were going in just straight up fighting, hand-to-hand combat, basically. Hand-to-hand against machinery. And it says Judah Maccabees organizes men into units, resembling a regular army with units of 10, 50, 100, and 1,000. They set up a fortified camp on the south of Emus. Judah addressed his men, urging them to fight valiantly. For it is better for us to die in battle than to see the evils of our nation. To see the evils of our nation and of our holy places. Nevertheless, as it shall be the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua in heaven, so will it be done. Though he spoke these words, Judah Maccabee was seeking victory, not death and glory through mortem. So hey, he was down for being a martyr, man. You know, he was down. He was down for being a martyr. Like, I'm going to read that word again. You know, he had that mind state, hey, we can die, we'll be martyrs, you know. And being a martyr is a good thing. Like, how about Shimon Shai? A person who voluntarily suffers death as a penalty for witnessing and refusing to renounce a principle of his culture. I'm going to say it that way. A person who sacrifices something of a great value, especially life itself, for the sake of principle. You know. So, hey, we've had martyrs in the scriptures, man. That word martyr in the scriptures. We've had martyrs for you. How about Shem Yahushua in the scriptures? I'm just gonna read one or two scriptures, man, and close it out. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, man, in history, man. Let's look up the word mortar. This is a beautiful one that comes to mind. Acts 22:20. And when the blood of thy martyr Stephen was shed, I also was standing by and consenting unto his death, and kept the remnant of them that slew him. Because Stephen was made a martyr, man. He was attacked by the Apostle Paul and them. They had stoned him, man, for preaching the truth. You know, and we might have brothers that be martyrs for preaching this truth. You never know. We might be preaching the truth and Esau roll up on us with martial law, and brothers might be on the street preaching and you might get killed for it. But hey, just know how about Shem Yahushua, you'll be a martyr, man, and you'll be held to a high exaltation in the heavens, man. And then you're gonna come right back. Revelations 2:13, I know thy works and where thy dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and has not denied my faith, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth. See, even Antipas was slain. And we dwell among Satan now in America. So that means certain brothers going to probably be martyrs. Because Stephen is back. That means he's going to be a martyr. Antipas got to be back. So he's going to be a martyr. So certain brothers who brothers who might be standing by you every day in camp. Somebody is going to be a martyr, man. You know, Revelation 17:6, and I saw the woman drunken with blood of the saints. This is the woman. It's America. You know, because she's gonna come against the saints, man. She's gonna kill some of the saints are gonna be killed, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration, right? Great admiration, wonder, a marvel. You know, John revelated. He's seeing certain brothers are gonna be taken out, man, for their belief in their culture and in their principles, man. So Satan gonna try to get us to denounce Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But hey, brothers not gonna do it. You know? And some brothers gonna be killed for it. You know, get their heads chopped off for it. You know. So once again, reading it, like the second definition, a person who sacrifices something of great value, especially life itself, for the sake of principle, man, a martyr. So, hey, certain brothers gonna be martyrs, you know. So, hey, with that, just hope this lesson was edifying. All praises, honor, and glory be to the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, GMS who rule well. Peace and blessings to the whole select GMS. Stop and listen. This GMS Arkansas. Shalom.